Hey, what's up, everybody out there? CyberRay 1976 here, also known as Evil Eddie Munster. Wanted to do a video for you guys out there today and showcase a few finds that I found down here at a local video store called Movie Gallery. They're going out of business and selling off a lot of their a lot of their older movies, some of their inventory, and selling them pretty cheap. We got picked up almost 40 movies. Me and Melvin Scott Gregg went today and picked up some movies, and he'll be showing you what he got in another video that he's going to do later. But for today, I just wanted to show you just what I picked up. I'm only going to do the horror movies that I picked up. I've picked up a few sci-fi movies and a few comedies, but I'm not going to show those. I just mainly wanted to show you the horror movies that I picked up today, and I've got 36 movies, I think, altogether. So I just wanted to go through those real quick, show you what I got, and let's get started. The first two that I got was two videos that Fangoria put out. It's called Blood Drive Part 1 and Part 2. They're basically short horror films that fans have done. America's Best Short Horror Films. Part 1. Part 2. I picked up a few episodes of the series Masters of Horror that I really like that debuted on Showtime a few years ago. And all of these are from Series 2, or Season 2, rather. And these were just a few of my favorites that I really particularly enjoyed out of the entire series. I really like these probably the most. This one is Family by John Landis. Also picked up Peltz, Dario Argento's, and The Washingtonians. I haven't seen this, but Scott highly recommended it to me, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up for $2. I got The Tripper. I haven't seen this either, and always looked pretty intriguing to me. And I really like the music video, and that goes along with the movie. And it's put out by Grindhouse Pictures. It's called Dark Floors. I've got all the Hannibal Lecter movies now. I finally picked this up. This was actually the first Hannibal Lecter movie that came out back in the mid-'80s, although it didn't have Anthony Hopkins playing Hannibal Lecter. The character Hannibal Lecter does play a role in it, although he is not the main villain in it. It's called Manhunter. I finally got this on DVD. I also picked up, I think, a really underrated vampire movie that I really enjoyed, The Forsaken. One of my favorite Stephen King adapted films, Thinner. This isn't really sort of horror, but it's sort of sci-fi too. It's sort of both. One of John Carpenter's underrated films, I think, The Ghost of Mars. I know a lot of people don't really particularly care too much for that film, but I thought it was actually pretty good. Also, finally picked up Final Destination, The Final Destination, which is part 4 in that series. So now I have that entire series now. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, which if you haven't seen this, I would highly recommend it. Of course, I haven't taken the stickers off this yet, but picked up American Psycho, which I'm sure probably most of you probably have seen. Valentine, which I know gets a lot of crap from a lot of people, but I figured for $2, why not? I didn't think it was actually as bad as what a lot of people make it out to be. I actually enjoyed this. It's pretty good. Here's an underrated horror film that I really enjoyed. I saw this a few years ago and I really liked it, and I've been wanting to find me a copy of this for a while, and I finally did. It's called Black Cadillac. It's got Randy Quaid in it, as many of you probably know from the National Lampoon's movies. National Lampoon Vacation movies, I should say. Of course, everybody in the world has seen this. The first Scream. I had this on VHS already, but I wanted to go ahead and pick it up on VHS or on DVD. I haven't seen this, but the trailer looks really good, and I've heard a lot of people give this movie a lot of praise, so I figured I'd pick it up. It's called Undead. It's an Australian horror film. Don't see a lot of Australian horror. We mainly see a lot of Italian horror and a lot of French horror. Don't really see a lot of Australian horror. Oh, here's another Masters of Horror episode that I forgot to mention earlier when I was showcasing the other three. Finally picked up We All Scream for Ice Cream, which I like this episode a lot. I thought it was one of the better episodes out of season 2. Also picked up, this is David Cronenberg, probably one of the best movies he's ever done, and probably one of the best well-known movies that he's done in his career. I always wanted a copy of this on DVD, and I finally got it. Scanners. Here's another film. I have not seen this, but it's H.P. Lovecraft, and my buddy Chris highly recommended it. And so I figured I'd give it a look for $2. You can't go wrong, right? It's called Beyond the Wall of Sleep. I have not seen this. If anybody has seen this, if you want to let me know what you think about any of these, not just that film, but any of the movies that I'm showcasing here that I have not seen, let me know what you think. Speaking of H.P. Lovecraft, now I have seen this one and I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the better movies that Stuart Gordon has done in his career. I would actually put this probably on par with From Beyond and Reanimator. I really like this film. It's Dagon. I have not seen this either, but I've heard people talk about how over the top and how graphic this movie is, and I figure I've been wanting to see this for a while, so I finally found it. It's Murder Set Pieces. You go through these kind of quick. May, which I'm sure probably most of you have seen. Very underrated. Very good. Check it out. The Rage, Carrie 2. Man Thing, which isn't sort of a horror, but also a little bit of sci-fi mixed into, based on the Marvel comic book character. I really like the Marvel comic from the 70s and 80s. Midnight Meat Train. I have not seen this, but it sounds real interesting. I know it's a remake of the 1958 classic Earth vs. the Spider. Has Dan Aykroyd in it. Abominable, which this was recommended to me, and I checked it out, and it's really good. It's a good, fun horror monster movie. Hellraiser 4 and Hellraiser 6. Bloodline and Hellseeker. Dead Birds, a good horror slash western. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend it. From Dusk Till Dawn 2, a good sequel, not quite as good as the original, but a good worthy sequel. Cube Zero, which is a prequel to Cube, which is very good. And the last two, I did not find these at Movie Gallery. I found these somewhere else, but I just wanted to go ahead and include them since I just recently picked them up. Finally picked up House of the Devil and Saw 6, which completes my Saw collection now. And that completes what I picked up today. And like I say, if you want to leave a comment or a video response, let me know what you think about any of them, or just what you like, what you didn't like, just let me know. And like I say, Melvin Scott Gregg will have his videos later showcasing what he found at the movie gallery today with me also. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.